Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, ably represented here today by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode. At this point in time, permit me to stand on all existing protocol as generously laid down by the anchormen for this occasion. The welcome efforts. It gives me great joy to welcome you all to this occasion of handover of security equipment to the Nigerian Police Force, Lagos State Command, and other security agencies by Lagos State government in response to the yearnings of our people for a secured environment that will ensure that every resident can work towards achieving their dreams and aspirations without fear or intimidation. I acknowledge that a number of our guests have traveled from long distances to attend this epoch-making event and assure you of the usual hospitality associated with Lagos State as the state of aquatic splendor and center of excellence. The Constitution guarantees that the security and welfare of citizens shall be the primary objective of any government, and the Lagos State government has always taken this seriously. The world over, governments are faced with several security challenges, which include armed robberies, murders, gang-related activities, public disorder, street crime, extortion, highway robberies, piracy, oil theft, and most recently, terrorism and insurgency. We all, regardless of race, language, creed, or circumstance, want to feel safe. The task of government is to make that possible. The commitment of the Lagos State government to protect its people led to the establishment of the first ever Lagos State Security Trust Fund in the country in the year 2007. The state government deserves a big round of applause for this. Shall we put our hands together for Lagos State government for this valuable achievement? Our mission at the fund is to attract contributions from the public and the private sectors to provide practical and targeted interventions for the police and other security agencies in Lagos State. And this event is a further contribution by Lagos State government to the security of the people of the state. The present administration in Lagos State, in its proactive and ingenious manner, has decided to take security to an unprecedented level with today's event. I shall leave the details of today's occasion and contribution to our visionary and people-oriented governor, His Excellency Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, the man behind these mega investments in security, particularly at a time when our country is experiencing adverse economic conditions. Permit me to recall that Lagos State, on Friday, 27 November 2015, similarly contributed various equipment through the Security Trust Fund to the Nigerian Police Force, Lagos State Command. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate that the security of lives and property in Lagos State is one of the tripod policy thrust of the present administration, and extra steps will be taken to ensure that this is maintained and sustained. Once again, I say a big welcome to Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Honorable Oluseyi Oladejo. Your Excellency, the Vice President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on an occasion like this, it is fit and proper to recall the importance of Lagos to the Nigerian nation. And in recognition of the importance of this state, the Lagos state government over the years have taken the security of lives and property as very, very important. Today, at this occasion, we have an array of equipment, vehicles, and all sorts to further aid the security agencies in the performance of their onerous tasks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore an honor and privilege for me to invite His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, to kindly rise and deliver his address of welcome to the Vice President on this occasion. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, ably represented by His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Your Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Alhaji Baku. Your Excellency, the former Governor of Lagos State, and now the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. Your Excellency, the First Lady of Lagos State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, and all former Deputy Governors here present, Honorable Minister here present, the Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Reps, honorable members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, Your Royal Highnesses, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government and people of Lagos State, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for accepting our invitation, ably represented by the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Exactly 6 months ago, the state government handed over security equipment to the State Police Command. On that occasion, I stated the commitment of the government to support our security agencies to be able to discharge their responsibilities more effectively and efficiently. In addition to our earlier contributions, we are further demonstrating our resolve to strengthen the capacity of our security agencies with 140 brand new Ford Ranger pickups and 335 power bikes fitted with communication gadgets, helmets, bulletproof vests, and other kits at a total cost of 1.85 billion. These vehicles and equipment will be distributed among the 107 police stations in Lagos State and 13 police area commands in the state. Other beneficiaries are of the Nigerian Customs, Immigration Services, the Nigerian Army, Air Force, Navy, DSS, AIG Zone 2, Civil Defense, Federal Road Safety Corps, LASMA, NDLEA, Lagos State Task Force, and the Nigerian Prison Services. These items are critical facilities required to address security and emergency challenges peculiar to modern city-states like ours. It is our expectation that all these efforts, in addition to the Light Up Lagos initiative and the Smart City project, will guarantee a safer and more secure environment for business and leisure. Mr. President, our determination is not just about upscaling our security infrastructure. We are also giving attention to the welfare of our security personnel through payment of allowances and provision of insurance facilities to compensate for any unfortunate incident while on active duty. In addition, officers and men who demonstrate bravery, gallantry, and high-level commitment to duty are being acknowledged and appropriately rewarded. I urge all Lagosians to continue to see security as everybody's business. Security agencies can only provide strong security with the support and cooperation of the citizen. I want to use this opportunity to again commend the officers and men of all security agencies in our state, most especially the Inspector General of Police, who is presently here in our midst, for their dedication and commitment, which has facilitated a more secure Lagos. I assure you of the continued support of our government to work with you to raise the bar of safety and security to globally accepted standards. Your Excellency, it is now my pleasure to invite you to commission these security equipment for the use of our security agencies and the protection of lives and property. Ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ló jẹ wá lógún. APC! APC! God bless you all.
Governor Akinwumi Ambode of Lagos State just told all of us now why security is very important in Lagos. Like he said, similar equipments were given to security forces and about 6 months ago, and the Vice President is now talking.
Her Excellency Mrs. Bolanle Ambode, Her Excellency the Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Atiku Abubakar, the former Governor of Lagos State and Present Minister for Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Idiat Olorosi Adekunle, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, the Chief Judge of Lagos State, the Honorable Justice Olufumilayo Atilade, distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives, members of the House of Representatives present, our royal fathers, traditional rulers, the Inspector General of Police and other security chiefs, captains of industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say how very excited I am. First, as in my own personal capacity, to be back home in Lagos. I'm here as a forerunner and messenger to Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, who, as I've said, I'm a forerunner because his own visit is coming after the Ramadan. So Lagos State must be prepared to host him, not in a representative capacity this time, but as they say, live and direct after the Ramadan. So I'm here only as a forerunner, and this is only a foretaste of Mr. President's coming immediately after the Ramadan is over. Let me say very quickly that I'm amazed by the achievements of the Lagos State government so far. It really is incredible that in 7 short months or so, already we have so many major landmark achievements. In the local governments, 2 roads are being built per local government. And just earlier on today, we were commissioning the Okota, the expressway, linking Amuwo, Odofin, and Isolo, a major road in that economic ecosystem. We also, I've also seen already so much attention being paid to security and safety. And just earlier on, we were at the Lasema Rescue Operations Unit, which we've just commissioned barely an hour ago or so. And also here, we are about to commission several Ford Rangers, power bikes, donations to the police and security agencies. In fact, practically all the security agencies including immigration and customs and the NDLA, are to benefit from this latest gift of the Lagos State government. I must also say that I'm impressed with the fact that that the whole effort at security is an integrated one. And so we have the Light Up Lagos being an important component of that whole effort. I want to say that the governor of this state, my dear brother, and your governor, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, deserves our commendation and all of the praise and support that he's getting. Let me also assure you on behalf of the President that the federal government will continue to support Lagos State in every possible way. Lagos State is the economic nerve center of Nigeria. We recognize it as such, and in all of 16 years before now, the Lagos State government was ruled by the party in opposition. Today, the Lagos State government and the party at the federal, the party that is in control of the federal government, are one and the same. So Lagos State government must benefit even more than ever before, now that Lagos State government is also, that the same party is here as well as at the center. I want to also say on behalf of Mr. President that we are fully aware and that of all of the difficulties that Nigerians have had to go through. But these difficulties are birth pangs of the great future. We are going, this country is going high and is going to be a great nation indeed. This country is going to be a nation where there will be abundance and there will be prosperity. But there are teething problems. There's a lot of repair to be done. There's a lot of readjustment to be done. There's a lot that we have to do to ensure that our country becomes the kind of country that it really should be. A lot has happened in the past that has done a lot of damage, and we must repair that damage. It is that damage that is being repaired that you see today. A lot of it are the birth pangs and the birth pains that we're seeing. But Mr. President has asked me to assure every single Lagosian and every Nigerian that we are on the path of progress. Recently, we explained to the nation that the nation had no choice but to begin to look at a situation where we would have to liberalize the fuel market. We have now been able to do so, and we are happy to see that Labour has also decided to work with us to see how this liberalization of the fuel market can make fuel supply to all of our people more efficient and more profitable for everyone. Today, any Nigerian can bring in fuel into this country, can bring in petrol into this country and supply, so long as you are able to abide by the regulations of the PPRA and, of course, the DPR. We expect that in the coming future, petrol prices will go down, because with competition, prices will go down. We saw it with communications, and we saw it with telecommunications, and we know that as time goes on, we will not have to experience the same types of problems that we're experiencing today with fuel prices. The focus of the current budget, the focus of the federal government's budget, is on infrastructure. 30% of our budget this year will be on infrastructure. As you know, part of that infrastructure are the rail routes. Both rail routes start from here in Lagos, or at least both. If you look at the Lagos-Kano rail, it starts from here. The Lagos-Calabar also starts from here. So there are incredible opportunities for Lagos and for Lagos State with the development of the rail routes, both the one going to the north and the coastal route going all the way to Calabar. Aside from that, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is also an important project which we'll be focusing on in this particular budget cycle. And of course, you know that the Minister for Power, Works and Housing is former Governor Raji Fashola, who, as you know, is very much one of us, and who, as you know, will perform. So I'm convinced that we have everything going the way of this state, and that this state stands to benefit greatly from a lot of the efforts of the federal government. But going beyond that, the federal government is committed to ensuring that Nigerians enjoy whatever benefits there are to enjoy in this country. That is why, for the first time, the government is devoting 500 billion, half a trillion, to social investments. This will cover employment for graduates, 500,000 direct employment for graduates who at the moment are unemployed. We're also going to do another 370,000 non-graduates who will be trained in vocational training and who will be equipped and paid also, another 370,000. We're also, in this 500 billion, going to give loans, microcredits to market women, 1 million market women across this country, using the various market associations and the various market women's unions and cooperative unions across the country. We expect also that for young people, they will benefit from the technology hubs that we are creating across the country. 6 technology hubs, and we are going to develop the Lagos Technology Hub and the Abuja Technology Hub. We're also going to be putting a lot of investments behind ICT for young people. And in total, we're looking at, in the first cycle, over 100,000 young people will be trained in entrepreneurial ICT skills. This is in this cycle. I've been speaking to the Lagos State Governor about the homegrown school feeding program, which, as you know, is one of the most important programs of this administration. And we expect that in this state, there will also be the homegrown school feeding program, so that people will be able to benefit along the value chain. Those who will cook the food will benefit. Those who will sell food will benefit. The agriculturists will benefit. Everybody will be able to benefit from the homegrown school feeding program. There's a lot that there is in the current budget cycle. We want to ensure that every Nigerian citizen is able to benefit from this administration. The other things that I think that we should take note of is that the government will be focusing its attention, completely committed to seeing that this nation achieves its rightful place in the Committee of Great Nations. And I want to say that even as we have come here to Lagos State, this is only the beginning of the very active collaboration that the federal government will have, not just with Lagos State, but with all the states of the Federation, to ensure that all of the objectives that we have set for ourselves as a government are met and fulfilled. I pray that this state will continue to be greater and greater still. I pray that everybody who lives in this state will benefit greatly from this state, and that you will see abundance in this state, you will see prosperity in this state, and that every one of us in this state will be able to experience the coming prosperity and the coming greatness of our country. As has been said before, and I will repeat also, ìtẹ̀síwájú Èkó òun ló jẹ wá lógún o. Ìtẹ̀síwájú Èkó ló jẹ wá lógún. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo there, telling all Nigerians that the federal government has a lot of good plans for the people of Nigeria. He has given us a lot of lowdown on the plans of government to create jobs for the youth, to energize the economy, to diversify the economy through agriculture.
The Executive Governor of Kebbi State,
ministers here present, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may I, on behalf of the police family and other security agencies, thank the Executive Governor of Lagos State most sincerely for the provision of these security vehicles and other equipment you have given to us today. This is the second time you are doing this one in a very short time. And we truly appreciate you. And you can see that the crime indices in Lagos has really come down in terms of, security. Since you gave us those first vehicles, I did promise you that to whom much is given, much is expected. And the officers and men of the command has worked tirelessly and assiduously to ensure that the crime rates in Lagos is within tolerable limits that will attract foreign direct investments and other investments in your states. I can't thank you enough, but I can also promise you today that we are not going to rest on our oars. We'll continue to work. We'll continue to ensure that the peace and stability of Lagos State is guaranteed. I thank you once again.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all respect, we would like to invite His Excellency, the Vice President.
Appreciation from the Inspector General of Police to the Lagos State government for the support they've been giving the Nigerian police and other security agencies. And is now about to commission the patrol vehicles and power bikes. As already been stated, they are to be given to our security agencies in Lagos.
Vice President Wow, Professor Yemi Omotoshimbajo, ìlú Èkó kí ìgbèjègbèjò àǹkì ìgbèjègbèjò. Ambode ti dé o. Ambode ti dé. Cut this. Ìlérí ọlọ́run ọmọ ní dandan láti ṣe o. Akéwì.
It's my special privilege to commission these vehicles and power bicycles that have been provided for the Lagos State government. And I also join the Lagos State government in presenting this to the Inspector General of Police for and on behalf of the Lagos State Police Command. And so I commission these vehicles and the power bikes to the glory of God and for the benefit of the great people of Lagos State.
Was the Vice President commissioning the security equipment on behalf of the President and Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari. A total of 335 power bikes and 140 Ford Ranger pickup vans are to be shared among all security agencies in Lagos State. 107 police stations, we have 214 bikes, 2 per police station, and 107 Ford Ranger pickup vans. One, the producer and director and the crew member, we say thank you very much for being with us. And we hand you over back to this now. Thank you very much.
Bọ́mọ bá tẹ́ pa mo ṣe àdọ̀gá. Bọ́mọ bá tẹ́ pa mo ṣe ọ̀gá mi ó yà ó. Akíwì, bọ́mọ bá tẹ́ pa mo ṣe àdọ̀gá. Bọ́mọ bá tẹ́ pa mo ṣe ọ̀gá mi ó yà ó. Light Lagos. Gbogbo bí tó dúdú gbogbo ẹ̀.